Let's stop sugarcoating it. If you're stuck right now, if your life feels small, empty, or off track, I need you to hear this. It's not bad luck. It's not your past. It's not the system. The harsh truth, you're the reason you're stuck. And I don't say that to tear you down. I say it because until you own it, you can't change it. You can't fix what you refuse to face. So today, no more blaming, no more waiting, no more lying to yourself. Let's get honest, brutally honest, so you can finally get free. You're not unlucky. You're avoiding responsibility. It's so easy to point at everything outside of you and say, that's why I'm stuck. The economy, my parents, my boss, my partner, my trauma. And yes, those things matter. Yes, they shape you, but they don't own you. They don't have to define you. The truth is, most of us waste years waiting for conditions to change instead of changing ourselves. We wait for the right time, the right mood, the right opportunity. And while we're waiting, our lives slip by. Responsibility is scary because it means if you're stuck, it's on you. But that's also where your power lives. The second you stop blaming, you start building. Your comfort zone is your cage. And the worst part, you built it yourself. Every time you choose what's easy over what's right, you add another bar to that cage. Every time you stay silent instead of speaking up. Every time you hit snooze instead of getting up. Every time you scroll instead of starting, the cage gets stronger. And then you tell yourself it's just how life is. Number. It's how life feels when you protect your limits and call it safety. Comfort feels good until it doesn't. Until one day you wake up and realize that comfort was killing your potential all along. Here's the hardest pill to swallow. You lie to yourself, and it's costing you your life. Every time you say, I'll start tomorrow, knowing you won't. Every time you say, I'm just figuring it out, knowing you're avoiding the work. Every time you say, I don't have time, while making time for distractions. These lies feel small, but they add up. And one day, they leave you with a life that looks nothing like what you wanted, all because you couldn't face your own reflection. Growth starts the second you stop lying to yourself, not when you get motivated, not when it's easy, when you get honest. The world owes you nothing. Harsh? Maybe, but real. No one is coming to save you. Not your boss, not your partner, not your parents, not some future version of you that suddenly has it all together. The sooner you let go of the fantasy that life should hand you anything, the sooner you'll take ownership of building what you want. You want respect? Earn it. You want success? Work for it. You want peace? Choose it. Stop waiting. Start creating. The world doesn't owe you a thing, but you owe yourself the chance to see what you're capable of. You're addicted to distraction. That's the quiet killer. The endless scrolling, the mindless consumption, the noise that keeps you numb so you don't have to feel your own disappointment. We tell ourselves we're relaxing, but really, we're running. Running from discomfort, from action, from growth. And the more you run, the smaller your life gets. Want to change? Put down the phone, close the tab, sit in the silence, face what you're avoiding. That's where your real work begins. That's where your real life begins. Your standards are too low. Your life will only ever rise to the level of what you accept. If you accept excuses, that's what you'll build on. If you accept laziness, that's what you'll build on. If you accept disrespect, mediocrity, distraction, guess what? That's what your reality will be made of. Raising your standards isn't about being perfect. It's about refusing to keep living beneath your potential. It's about saying, I won't settle for this, not anymore. And then proving it with your actions. You're scared of failure, so you settle for regret. And you tell yourself that's safer, but it's not. Because failure stings for a moment. Regret lasts a lifetime. Every time you back down from something hard because you might fail, you trade the short-term pain of effort for the long-term pain of wondering, what if? And that pain, that what if, it'll haunt you far more than any failure ever could. Failure teaches, regret tortures, choose your hard. You know what to do. You're just not doing it. Stop pretending you need another book, another podcast, another plan, another permission slip. You don't. You know what would move your life forward. You know the habits you need to break, the conversations you need to have, the work you need to start. The truth is, you're not waiting for clarity. You're avoiding action. And until you stop avoiding, nothing changes. Knowledge doesn't change lives. Execution does. The people you surround yourself with are holding you back. If your circle doesn't challenge you, they're keeping you small. If they mock your ambition, drain your energy, celebrate your failures, they're not your friends. They're anchors. And the hard truth? Sometimes you have to outgrow people to grow yourself. That doesn't make you heartless, it makes you honest. You can't fly if you're always tied to what keeps you grounded in the worst way. So here's the bottom line: stop blaming, start building. Your life doesn't need another excuse, it doesn't need another delay. It needs action, imperfect, messy, uncomfortable action. It needs you to raise your standards, to break your distractions, to own your choices, to stop waiting for easy and start doing what's necessary. You're the reason you're stuck, but that also means you're the reason you'll get free. And that freedom, that starts today, not tomorrow, today, if you choose it.